Here are tonight's 8 EastEnders stars. They're about to play for £20,000 for comic relief, but only one of them will donate the prize money. The rest will leave with nothing after their teammates vote them the weakest link.
Welcome to the weakest link. Any of the 8 EastEnders in the studio here tonight could win up to £20,000 for comic relief. But if they want the prize money, they'll have to work as a team. Yet 7 of them will leave with nothing. As round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Adam Woodyard and I play Ian Beale.
I'm Lucy Benjamin and I play Lisa Shaw.
I'm Sean Williams and I play the gorgeous Barry Evans.
I'm Wendy Richard, I play Pauline Fowler.
I'm Perry Fennick, I play Billy Mitchell.
I'm Lucy Speed and I play Natalie Evans.
I'm Todd Carty, I play Mark Fowler.
I'm Hannah Waterman, I play Laura Dunn.
Now the rules. In each round the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £2,500 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 8 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 2.5 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Adam. Let's play the weakest link. The first question is for £50. Start the clock. Adam, in Cockney rhyming slang, what is your barnet fare?
Hair.
Correct. Lucy B, what type of drink would you be expecting if you ordered a G&T from the bartender?
Gin and tonic.
Correct. Sean, in the animal kingdom, Cocker, Springer and King Charles are all breeds of which dog?
Spaniel.
Correct. Wendy, in the human body, what A is the joint that connects the foot and the leg?
Ankle.
Correct. Perry, in nature, is a mandrake a type of plant or bird?
Bird.
Plant. Lucy S, which cartoon character's catchphrase is I tore a putty cat?
Tweety Pie.
Correct. Todd, in fashion, what T is the more formal name for slacks?
Trousers.
Correct. Hannah, in music, for which rock singer was the single I Do Anything for Love But I Won't Do That a UK and US #1 hit in 1993?
Meatloaf.
Correct. Adam, in science, melting is the process by which a solid becomes a what?
Liquid.
Correct. Lucy B,
Bank.
what G is a slang word referring to someone who obsessively follows a musical group or stars wherever they go?
Groupie.
Correct. Sean, what does a bibliophile collect?
Books.
Correct. Wendy, in fashion, which French designer and trendsetter created the little black dress?
Edith Chanel.
No, Coco Chanel. Perry, according to tradition, what are you known as if you were born within the sound of Bow Bells in Cheapside?
A Cockney.
Correct. Lucy, what E is a type of dark hardwood traditionally used to make piano keys?
Ebony.
Correct. Todd, in EastEnders, which item of Pat Evans' jewellery did Roy call vulgar?
Earrings.
Correct. Hannah, in the animal kingdom, can a tortoise crawl out of its shell?
No.
Correct. Adam, name the Beano-conic character Minnie the what?
Minx.
Correct. Lucy B, on
Bank.
a standard dartboard, how many points would you score if you hit double top?
40.
Correct. Sean, according to the proverb, it's least said, soonest what?
Done.
Mended. Wendy, in literature, the Knight's Tale and the Nun's Priest's Tale are both from which collection of stories by Geoffrey Chaucer?
The Miller's Tale.
The Canterbury Tales. Perry, at which sport do Colin Montgomery and John Daly compete?
Golf.
Correct. Lucy S, which gravel voice rock star had a 1978 #1 hit in the UK and America with Do You Think I'm Sexy?
Rod Stewart.
Correct. Todd, which ex-EastEnders actor presented the children's TV show Runaround?
Mike Reed.
Correct. Hannah, which famous fashion designer has the initials YSL?
Yves Saint Laurent.
Correct. Adam, if you bought 7 lollipops at 12p each, how much would you have spent?
84.
Correct. Lucy B, in British nobility, what is the correct form of address for a duke? Your Grace or my lord?
My lord.
Your Grace. Sean, according to superstition, what is considered lucky if hung the right way up or unlucky if hung upside down? Time is up. You banked £1,800, the £2,500 you could have won in that round. You answered 5 questions incorrectly. But who is worrying you? Who is perhaps more Albert Square than Albert Einstein? Who may be several machines short of a laundrette?
Gloves off.
One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Adam is the strongest link statistically. Wendy is the weakest link as she only answered one of her questions correctly. But what factors will the team take into account as they make their decision?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Perry.
Perry.
Wendy.
Lucy B.
Sean.
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 Wendy.
Perry, had enough of Sean?
No, he was the only person I could remember who got one wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a bit thick.
It must be, because you were the other person who got one wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
Lucy S. You had enough of your stage husband, have you?
No, I'm same. It was between Wendy and Sean with me, and I couldn't remember who got more wrong.
Didn't fancy voting for Wendy, did you? Todd, got any educational qualifications?
Yes, I've got the 50-metre breaststroke.
That hasn't sharpened your powers of observation, has it?
Well,
Did you think Sean was the weakest link?
well, it was between Sean and Wendy, I think, and I think my mother would kill me at the stage if I went for her.
You thought Lucy B was the weakest link, did you, Wendy?
Well, not really, but I know she wants to go home.
Are they all frightened of you?
They wouldn't dare be frightened of me, Anne.
I think they are. Because you were catastrophic. You were statistically the worst link. Do you not read a lot of Chaucer in that laundrette, Wendy?
Well, no, funnily enough, that was the answer to one of the questions in the Telegraph crossword.
No,
at
but
the
I'm
weekend.
not dealing with the Telegraph crossword. This is the weakest link here. Was Edith Chanel, an answer in the Telegraph crossword?
No,
as well?
I can explain that to you. Edith Chanel
I don't
is the
think you- yeah.
She owns the Haymarket Theatre, and I know her, and it was her name that came first into my mind.
Sean,
Anne.
you were not the weakest link statistically, but I understand that you're in a quiz team.
I am.
Right. And you haven't lost a game for 2 years.
But whenever we get a question on Proverbs, I let my teammates answer it.
Well, Lee said soon as Mendes, Sean.
Certainly.
You are the weakest link.
I think I am disappointed because I'm a bit of a competitor and I love quizzes, I always have done. And whenever there's a very long, boring day in the Queen Vic filming, during the pauses, I'm the one running around setting quizzes for people, so I think they'd have expected me to do a bit better.
Round 2. So far, you've won £1,800 out of a possible 2,500. There are 7 of you left. We are now taking 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's you, Adam. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Adam, in the animal kingdom, which is larger, the male or female emu?
Female.
Correct. Lucy B, in food, the pasta con chili is shaped like what?
Shells.
Correct. Wendy, in language, what H is the name commonly used to describe the after effects of being badly drunk?
Hungover.
Correct. Perry, in nature, what is the name of the imaginary line that encircles the middle of the Earth halfway between the North and South Poles?
Pass.
Equator. Lucy S, in music, World in Motion was a #1 hit in 1990 for which country's World Cup squad?
England.
Correct. Todd, in language, what M describes a society in which the mother is the head of the family?
Matriarchal.
Correct. Hannah, which EastEnders character left the soap in the year 2000 by driving off into the sunset to Spain?
Pass.
Irene Raymond.
Oh, God.
Adam, Which of Shakespeare's plays features the line, "Is this a dagger which I see before me"?
It's a Scottish play.
Macbeth.
That's what it
Lucy
is.
B. In the animal kingdom, are crocodiles warm-blooded or cold-blooded animals?
Warm.
Cold-blooded. Wendy. In geography, which is the longest river in South America?
Orinoco.
Amazon. Perry. In theatre, an audience's summons for actors to take a bow after the performance is known as a curtain what?
Call.
Correct. Lucy S. In Cockney rhyming slang, which parts of the body are your bacon and eggs?
Your legs.
Correct. Todd. What was the character name of Mrs. Merton's son in her TV sitcom and chat show?
Pass.
Malcolm. Hannah. In medicine, what name is given to the people who suffer from an exaggerated concern about their health?
Hypochondria.
Correct. Adam. The famous public school, the King's College of Our Lady near Windsor, is better known by what other name?
Magdalene.
Eton. Lucy B. The guitarist Brian May is married to which former EastEnders actress?
Anita Dobson.
Correct. Wendy. If you were born on the 4th of July, what would be your zodiacal star sign?
Cancer.
Correct. Perry. In American sport, what's the final of the National Football League?
World Series.
Super Bowl. Lucy S. In pop music, what was Lionel Richie dancing on in the title of his 1986 hit?
Pass.
The Ceiling. Todd. In 1671, Thomas Blood broke into the Tower of London with 3 accomplices. What did they try to steal?
The crown jewels.
Correct. Hannah. In British... Time is up. It's hard to think of a lower bank balance on round 2 in the weakest link. You managed just £150. So another target spectacularly missed. Who lacks mental agility, or to put it another way, who's thicker than a pair of Pat's earrings? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In a dramatic reversal of fortune, Wendy has gone from weakest link to strongest link. Perry is the weakest link statistically, but will the voting follow the facts?
OK, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Perry.
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 Lucy S.
Wendy.
Wendy.
Adam.
Wendy, you're doing very well this round.
What, you mean I voted the right person off, or I
No,
got something
statistically,
right?
you got 2 right, and statistically you were the strongest link. Why Perry?
I think he wants to go home now.
Right. Adam,
Anne.
you're an actor.
Correct.
Never heard of Macbeth?
Yes, I have. Have you heard what it's also referred to?
No, I only wanted the answer, Macbeth.
Well, actors don't like saying that. They're superstitious.
Why have you voted for Perry twice in a row?
Well, 'cause you're my mate.
How's it going for you, Lucy B?
Oh, I don't know, really. OK, I think. Better than I expected.
Right. Will there be any questions you won't be able to answer? Because it's...
What do you mean?
Well, as an actor,
Oh, I
are
see.
there any questions you
Oh,
won't
don't
be
put me
able...
on the spot like that, Anne. It's not fair. Oh.
Oh, it's all right. I'll stick up for you.
And Perry, you've had enough of him.
He got 2 wrong in the last one, I
Just
think.
one more than you.
Yeah.
OK. Perry,
Yeah.
is there an actor's superstition about saying equator or answering any of the questions correctly?
In my defence, right, you want to look at your diction because it sounded like you said lion instead of line. And that confused me a little bit, that and your stern manner.
Well, your confusion is over, Perry.
That's all right.
3
fine then,
votes,
mate.
you are the weakest link. Right.
I actually feel quite relieved at being voted off because it is a lot easier watching it at home. If I was on trial for the shooting of Phil Mitchell, I would hate Anne Robinson to be the judge because I would be sent down straight away for a very long time, especially after giving her a bit of lip.
Round 3. So far, you've won only £1,950 out of a possible 5,000. You are down to 6 players. We're taking another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Wendy. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Wendy, in pop music, complete the title of this 1999 single by Engelbert Humperdinck. Quando, quando, what?
Quando.
Correct. Lucy S. In which year did Virginia Wade win the women's singles at Wimbledon?
1960.
1977. Todd. In film, Denzel Washington appeared as which controversial black nationalist leader in the 1992 film of the same name?
Malcolm X.
Correct. Hannah. In maths, add the number of hours in a day to the number of minutes in an hour.
84.
Correct. Adam, in EastEnders, which character cajoled Phil into starting the car lot fire?
Frank Butcher.
Correct. Lucy B.
Thanks.
In science, a bottle label with a picture of a flame contains a substance with which particular hazardous property?
Flammable material.
Correct. Wendy, what word can describe both a male goose and a slang term meaning to look?
Gander.
Correct. Lucy S. In pop music, which boy band featured in U2's video for Sweetest Thing? Boyzone or Take That?
Boyzone.
Correct. Todd,
Bank.
in children's TV, Zammo, Tucker and Pogo were characters from which London Comprehensive?
Would it be Grange Hill?
Correct. Hannah, in food, which tea is a pink-coloured Greek appetizer made from fish roe?
Taramasalata.
Correct. Adam, in modern history, what hour is the Hindi name given to the British rule in India?
What letter did you say?
In modern history, what are...
Raj.
Correct. Lucy B. Martin and Gary Kemp from the pop group Spandau Ballet starred together in which 1990 film?
The Craze.
Correct. Wendy, which Scottish city was designated the European City of Culture in 1990?
Glasgow.
Correct. Lucy S. In science, what O is the name given to the minerals from which substances such as metals can be extracted?
Oxidised.
Or, Todd, which Birmingham-born actress appears as the character Mrs. Wilkinson in the year 2000 film Billy Elliot?
Julie Walters.
Correct. Hannah, in money, what name is given to an American 10-cent piece?
Dime.
Correct. Adam, which famous board game was advertised with the quote, "Every American is entitled to life, liberty and the pursuit of trivia"?
Trivial Pursuit.
Correct. Lucy B.
Thanks.
Which famous England cricketer was nicknamed Beefy?
Ian Botham.
Correct. Wendy, in Australia, a Kylie is what? A type of... Time is up. I cannot complete the question, and you did rather better in that round, team. You only answered 2 questions incorrectly, and you banked £700. But whose eyes are glazing over? Who's looking dodgier than one of Roy's motors? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Lucy B is the strongest link, having answered all her questions correctly and banked the most money. Lucy S is the weakest link, with 2 incorrect answers. But who will lose out in the vote?
OK, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Lucy B.
Lucy S.
Lucy B.
Todd.
Lucy S.
Todd.
We have a 3-way tie. Lucy B, Todd and Lucy S. 2 votes each. Hannah, why Todd?
I thought that he got 2 questions wrong. I'm not sure. Or he passed on one and got one wrong. I couldn't remember exactly.
Don't have much of a memory. Todd, why Lucy S?
I think she got a couple of questions wrong, and she was standing behind me. Beside me, and I'm a bit Mutt and Jeff, so...
Where do you want her to stand? So, Lucy B, that was an interesting choice. Wendy, why did you vote her?
Well, she wants to go home. She probably wants to go home even more now.
Well, when the vote is tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. Lucy B, you were the strongest link.
Oh, no!
So you have to tell me whether you want to get rid, as you voted, for Lucy S, or to change your mind and get rid of Todd.
It's got to be Lucy S then.
Why?
I know. It's a bit unfair, but you got a chemical.
2 questions wrong.
I
No,
did-
I'm
yeah.
sorry, just talk to me.
A chemical.
You've got a non-speaking part.
She got a chemical question wrong, which was a really hard one, but that's the one that stuck in my mind.
Right. Lucy S, statistically, you were the weakest link. And Lucy B has had enough of you. You are the weakest link.
I I think I should have been voted off on that round because I got the only 2 questions in the whole round wrong. So I think they were very wise, and I'm quite relieved. I think I'd like Adam to win just because he's so desperate to win. And I'd like to see a head-to-head with Adam and Wendy. That'd be quite funny.
Round 4, you've banked £2,650 so far out of potential prize money of £7,500. There are 5 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the time. You now have only 2 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Lucy B. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Lucy B. In England, the day before Lent is traditionally called Shrove what?
Tuesday.
Correct. Wendy, what was the name of the Chinese dynasty that reigned from 1368 to 1644?
Ming.
Correct.
Bang.
Todd, which of the 2 Houses of Parliament contains a shooting range?
Pass.
House of Lords. Hannah, in EastEnders, which business is in the square is owned by the ever-absent Mr. Papadopoulos?
Laundrette.
Correct. Adam, Iberian Airways is the national airline of which country?
Spain.
Correct. Lucy B. In
Bang.
sport, what's the name of the field game in which points are scored by throwing a small ball into a goal with a netted stick?
Pass.
Lacrosse. Wendy, which famous Italian dictator was born the son of a socialist blacksmith in 1883?
Mussolini.
Correct.
Bang.
Todd, in the New Testament, death rides which animal, a pale horse or a dark horse?
Dark horse.
A pale horse. Hannah, in human biology, a laryngoscope is an instrument for examining which area of the body?
The throat.
The larynx, I'll accept throat. Adam, in the TV sitcom Friends, what is Joey's occupation?
Actor.
Correct. Lucy B.
Bang.
In French, poussin is a word used to describe what type of baby animal?
Chicken.
Correct. Wendy, which of the following characters did not appear in the first episode of EastEnders? Nick Cotton, Angie Watts or Dot Cotton?
Dot cotton.
Correct. Todd, in nature, what cares a common brown seaweed?
Haven't got a clue.
Kelp. Hannah, in which English county are the towns of Bodmin and Truro?
Devon.
Cornwall. Adam, in the animal kingdom, the raven is a member of which bird family?
Crow.
Correct. Lucy B.
Bang.
In TV, which superhero cartoon bear of the 1980s had a sidekick called Spotty?
Pass.
Super Ted. Wendy, which Hollywood actor played the character Jack Colton in the films Romancing the Stone and The Jewel in the Nile?
Not a clue, sorry.
Michael Douglas. Todd, which former England football manager joined Middlesbrough in the year 2000?
Brian Robson.
Time is up. The correct answer was Terry Venables. You bagged £400. Who perhaps has made too few visits to the fountain of knowledge? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Having answered all of his questions correctly, Adam is the strongest link for the second time. Todd is the weakest link, as he failed to answer any questions correctly. But how will the voting go?
OK, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Todd.
Todd.
Lucy B.
Lucy B.
Lucy B.
Hannah, which soap is it you appear in?
I know. I have a few problems with EastEnders questions.
Why Lucy B?
Well, I've done it again where I wasn't quite sure. I might have said Todd again, but I couldn't after last time, and I thought I know Lucy did get one wrong.
OK.
Oh.
Wendy, could you tell us in your own words, very simply and very quickly, why you've voted for Lucy B?
Because she really wants to go home.
Todd, that educational qualification you've got, the breaststroke for the 50 metres, it's not proving much use, is it?
Not at the moment, no.
No. Because statistically, you were the worst player.
Well, you noticed.
But Lucy B, with 3 votes, the team have decided you are the weakest link. Bye.
Quite surprised I got that far, really, and I was finding it all a bit stressful, so I wanted to go home. I think Todd will be the next to go because he was the weakest link in the last round. Todd's crumbling under pressure.
Round 5, your total so far is a not very impressive £3,050. If you'd hit your targets, it will be £10,000. There are 4 of you left. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Adam. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Adam, in nature, what D is the common name applied to the large, extinct, flightless birds native to Mauritius?
Dodo.
Correct. Wendy, in the TV soap EastEnders, what was the name of Pauline Fowler's twin brother?
Pete.
Correct. Todd, in which European country is Bremen?
Germany.
Correct. Hannah, in cricket, Sir Richard Hadley became the first Test player to take the field with which honour in 1990?
Pass.
Knighthood. Adam, Apache and Navajo are both tribes of which indigenous people?
American Red Indians.
I'll accept, yes, Native Americans. Wendy, in which European country was the artist Leonardo da Vinci born?
Italy.
Correct. Todd, in history, William Bligh was commander of which ship when his crew mutinied in 1789?
The Bounty.
Correct. Hannah, in Charles Dickens' novel The Pickwick Papers, is Nathaniel Pipkin a parish clerk or parish priest?
Clark.
Correct. Adam, in which year 2000 film directed by Guy Ritchie did Brad Pitt star as One Punch Mickey O'Neill?
Fight Club.
Snatch. Wendy, in the transport for what do the letters LGV stand?
LGV. Long vehicle.
Light goods vehicle. Todd, in fashion, what riding breeches take their name from a former state in northwest India?
Jodhpurs.
Correct. Hannah, in EastEnders, how many times has Mark Fowler been married?
Once.
Twice. Adam, in geography, on which Greek island is the ancient city of Knossos found?
Crete.
Correct. Wendy, in science, anthracite contains over 90% carbon, is the purest form of what fuel?
Anthracite. Of coal.
Correct.
Thanks.
Todd, in the American television series The Dukes of Hazzard, what relation was Luke Duke to Bo Duke, cousin or brother?
Cousin.
Correct. Hannah, in the theatre, which British... Time's up. You banked in time. And altogether in that round, you banked £400. But whose donut has run out of jam? Who is cooking on very low gas? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In another dramatic reversal of fortune, Todd is the strongest link as he answered all of his questions correctly. Hannah is the weakest link statistically. But will the voting reflect reality?
OK, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Hannah.
Hannah.
Adam.
Todd.
Sir Lawrence.
So kind of you.
Why Hannah?
What's going to want to vote for Todd?
Wendy, you're getting better and better.
I know. Getting better with age, Anne, like a lot of us.
Yeah, indeed, I agree. Why Hannah?
Well, I'm terribly fond of her, but I did think she got a couple wrong, and I'm getting nervous even more so for her behalf.
Right. Hannah, that was another EastEnders question.
I know.
Where are you when you're rehearsing EastEnders?
Well, I'm working, aren't I? I'm not watching it at the same time.
Well, you can go home and watch a few and catch up, can't you?
Thanks.
2 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Given the choice, I would rather stand trial for Phil Mitchell's murder than stand face-to-face with Anne Robinson. I think that Adam and Wendy will want to go head-to-head. I suspect that they will nominate Todd as the weakest link in the next round. But it's terribly difficult with Todd because he's such a nice man. It's really hard.
Round 6, you have £3,450 in the bank, so we are hardly fainting with admiration. There are 3 of you left, another 10 seconds coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round, that's Todd.
Really?
Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Todd, did Barry Micklethwaite go into the Guinness Book of Records in November 2000 for growing the world's largest carrot or parsnip?
Parsnip.
Correct. Adam, which EastEnders actress played the character Nanny Slag in the TV drama series Gormenghast?
June Brown.
Correct. Wendy, which bay in Cuba was invaded by exiles opposed to Fidel Castro in 1961?
Bay of Pigs.
Correct. Todd, in British politics, the acronym SERPS refers to a state scheme relating to what?
How's your father?
Pensions. Adam, in geography, which hilly area in north-central England was designated the UK's first national park in 1951?
Lake District.
Peak District. Wendy, which actor appeared as English teacher John Keating in the 1989 film Dead Poets Society?
No idea.
Robin Williams. Todd, which acoustic musical instrument usually has a damper pedal, often known as a loud pedal?
Piano?
Correct. Adam, which herb shares its name with a character in the comedy series Fawlty Towers?
Basil.
Correct. Wendy, how many stars are there on the state flag of Texas, 1 or 10?
10.
1. Todd, which famous American heavyweight boxer suffered the first ever defeat as a professional against James Buster Douglas in 1990?
Mike Tyson.
Correct. Adam,
Frank.
which 1973 horror film about a young girl possessed by a demon was based on a book
Exorcist.
by William... Correct. Wendy, in EastEnders, which character did Hattie Tavernier knee in a delicate part of the anatomy after he tried to kiss her?
Ian Beale.
Correct. Todd,
Bank.
Peeping Tom and King Alfred are varieties of which spring flower?
Daffodil.
What did you say?
Daffodil.
That is the correct answer, but you are out of time. Just testing. And you banked a pathetic £150. Now, in round 7, you get the chance to double what you bank, and that means in the next round, potentially, there's £5,000 to be won. The question is, who should now be doing the Lambeth Walk? Who is least likely to raise the bank balance for comic relief? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Todd is the strongest link for the second time. The weakest link is Wendy statistically. But at this crucial stage of the game, how will the voting go?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Todd.
Todd.
Wendy.
Adam,
Hang.
that's an interesting choice.
What, Todd? Well, there's not many people left to choose from.
No, but statistically, he was the strongest link.
Was he?
I mean, some might think that you're such a scaredy poos that you've voted off the person most likely to beat you in the final. Wendy, what happened to you in that round?
I did nothing.
That's true. You were the weakest link. You were the worst player.
Oh, dear.
Why have you voted for Todd?
Well, with all due respect, and I'm extremely fond of Todd, as I am of Adam, but I do think Adam has the edge on Todd when it comes to answering questions, and I cannot vote for myself.
Well, this is usually the time that EastEnders starts. It's going to be a couple of minutes late. Todd, you were the strongest link statistically in that round. But Adam and Wendy, for reasons that are not quite clear, has decided you've got to go. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'd love to have had the chance getting that far to do a head-to-head. I'm sure it would have been great fun. It's a close one to call between Adam and Wendy, but Adam's definitely got his tail up, and I think he's a few lengths in front, but you never can tell.
Round 7, so far you've won £3,600. By now you could have won £15,000. Ian and Wendy, just the two of you left, and this time you have only 90 seconds. But whatever you win in this round will be doubled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. So £5,000 is at stake in this round. You've voted off the strongest link, so we start with the second strongest link from the last round. That's Adam. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Adam, in Paris, is the area called the Rive Gauche, the left or right bank of the Seine?
Left.
Correct. Wendy, in weather, what F is the name given to a frozen dew or fog?
Frozen dew or fog? Frost.
Correct. Adam, In history, which ship was used by Nelson in the Battle of Trafalgar and is now a tourist attraction in Portsmouth?
What? Pass.
HMS Victory. Wendy, which of the following two rivers is the longer, the Nile or the Ganges?
The Ganges.
No, the Nile. Adam, in Greek mythology, which hero battled with the legendary nine-headed monster Hydra?
Oh, Hercules.
Correct. Wendy, in maths, if you buy 4 stamps at 18p each, how much have you spent?
72p.
Correct. Adam, in geography, the city of Port Elizabeth is in which African country?
South Africa.
Correct. Wendy, in film, which Hollywood star played Jack Carter in the year 2000 remake of Get Carter?
Whoever it was wasn't as good as Michael Caine.
Sylvester Stallone. Adam, in classical music, what was the composer Beethoven's first name?
Ludwig.
Correct. Wendy, in art, the Van Gogh Museum is located in which European capital city?
Amsterdam.
Correct.
Bank.
Adam, in geography, Venezuela is on the north coast of which continent?
South America.
Correct. Wendy, in EastEnders, which of Carol Jackson's children was kidnapped after witnessing a robbery?
Devon.
Billy.
He played
Adam,
by him.
in snooker,
Bank.
in which decade did Cliff Thorburn make the first maximum break in the World Championships? Time is up, and you won £100 in that round. Never mind, we'll double that and add it to the winnings from the previous rounds. That means total prize money this evening of £3,800. But so as not to embarrass you, and because this is for charity, we'll double that to £7,600. Of course, only one of you can take that money away. So now you'll be playing against each other head-to-head. I'll ask alternate questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It's as simple as that. If there's a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So, Adam and Wendy, for £7,600, let's play The Weakest Link. Adam, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
I'll go first.
Which Scottish comedian sang the theme music to the 1980s children's TV series Supergram?
Billy Connolly.
That is the correct answer. Wendy, in football, England's internationals Paul Gascoigne and Terry Butcher have both played for which Glasgow team?
Oh, Glasgow Rangers.
Correct. Adam, which historically significant year is represented by the Roman numerals MLXVI?
$10.66.
That is the correct answer. Wendy, which famous 1975 musical is about a group of dancers auditioning for a Broadway show?
I know some of the songs from it. It was,
Conferring, please.
Chorus Line.
That is the correct answer. Adam, in which African country is the city of Timbuktu?
Mali.
That is the correct answer. Wendy, which poet wrote these famous lines? If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England.
Is it Byron?
The correct answer is Rupert Brooke. Adam, which comedy actor was once told by a studio executive to remove the grease paint moustache as it was an obvious fake?
Groucho Marx.
That is the correct answer. Wendy, on a standard British Monopoly board, how much must you pay if you land on the income tax square?
£200.
That is the correct answer. Adam, If you answer this question correctly, you have won. So for £7,600, in the human body, in which organ would you find renal pyramids and a renal pelvis?
The kidneys.
That's the correct answer. That means, Adam, you are today's strongest link and you go away with £7,600 for comic relief. Wendy, you leave with nothing, but you look absolutely terrific. Coming up next on BBC One, the wedding of the year on EastEnders. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
Who scares me most, Phil Mitchell or Anne Robinson? Definitely Anne Robinson.
I would say that Anne Robinson is Nick Cotton in an Armani frock.
We raised a not so paltry £7,600 for comic relief. I'm sure you can do better in 15 days' time.